Hey, no, seriously, I'm running just a couple minutes late. I'm so glad you're here. This moment in music, a laid-back musical exploration of the creative process. My guest today is Thor Platter, a songwriter from Buffalo, New York, who now lives in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm looking forward to hanging out, just relaxing, having my cup of chamomile tea, and okay, if you're new, put new in the comments. I'm so glad you're here. This moment in music. Let's enjoy the show and see you in just a minute. Hey, it's episode 15. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Kiki-san, thanks for being here. Thanks for leaving a comment. I really appreciate that. So I was getting ready to tell a story, and I realized I needed something from like 1993. This flyer I made. In order to tell the story, I needed this flyer from 1993. So just about 7 minutes ago, I ran upstairs to my so-called filing system, which is piles and piles of papers and folders and things. And I didn't find what I was looking for, but here's what I found. I found this folder. My dad is no longer living. He died several years ago. Great man, Hal Walker Jr., and he had a Hal file. And I just ran across the Hal file. And this is every little detail of my life. It's amazing. Like here's a flyer from my TEDx. I was on TEDx back in 2012. Here's a newspaper article from the Record Courier in 2008. Here's a sermon I wrote from like 2005. My dad saved all this stuff. Here's some flyers from like 1995. Let's see. Hal Walker sings the oldies. At the Seedwork Gallery back in that was probably 1995. So that's awesome. I really appreciate my dad caring and saving all this stuff. Here's a newspaper article from when we had the free school here in Kent. 164th year. I'm not sure what year that was. So thanks, Dad. Thanks for here, Hallie. Here's a little thing. Hallie my daughter was the New Year's baby of 1998. First baby born in 98. And there's the newspaper article for it. So, here's my Theodore Roosevelt High School annual commencement. June the 3rd, 1984. Thanks, Dad. I really appreciate it. Here's the Kent State Folk Festival from the 25th annual Kent State Folk Festival, 1988. Oh, yeah. There's my Hal folder. I'm going to save that and look through it and organize it all. So the reason I was telling you that story is because back in 1992 or something, I had this show. It was called This Is Real Life. And it was a live show in downtown Kent, and I would host real life people from Kent, Ohio. And it was a musical sort of experience of talking about what is real life. And it was This Is Real Life in Kent, Ohio. And one of the segments of the show was I would break out my journal and I would just sing. I would sing the journal entry. So it was, those were back in the days when I was really sort of edgy and kind of willing to be very vulnerable, and opposed to today where I'm much more conservative. But anyway, so here's the song that I sang. I did some editing since then. But this is a song about deciding whether or not to move to New York City. And it goes like this. Oh, yeah. No, actually, I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it for you. This is a TikTok I put up recently. It's called Roommates Coffee. This is the beginning of the song, then I'll finish it up live. Should you go to New York? The letter sent made it sound real good. Maybe meet up with your old friends in the big time city neighborhood. You'll be up with the latest fashion. You'll have your grunge hat on. You can choose a new personality. You can be another fatality. But why do you feel like going when there's a few things holding you back? You got a family and friends and a pretty cool place to live, but you ain't really dealing with your life that well. When you get a little piece of hope, when you have a little luck and love, you'll find your relation to the dove, the free and flying dove. But you better make certain that you never give too much away. I moved to New York and I joined a grunge band, and my hat is totally grunge. I'm grunge, I'm griddly grunge. I hope that someday I can be on a Broadway sign. I want it, I need it, I need to be on a Broadway sign. Look at me, New York. Goodbye, Ohio. Look at me, New York. So that's the song. It was this yearning to leave Kent, Ohio, and to go to New York City and make a name for myself. And soon after, I didn't actually move to New York, but I did move to my friend's parents' basement in Great Neck, Long Island. And I started trying to get gigs in New York City. And about a year later, I found myself back in Ohio. And no, it was actually in New York that I wrote this song. So this is the song. It's called When a Guy Moves to New York City. And it's all about trying to make a friend in the city. Hey, Tube. Welcome back, buddy. Glad you're here. It's trying to make a friend in the city, and it sounds like this. Just to get you a little behind the scenes, I printed the words up like 8 minutes ago, and then about 7 minutes ago, I went searching all around the house for where they were, and then about 4 minutes ago, I found them under my seat. The life of a live YouTube star. I'm gonna make a friend tonight. It's all right. Oh, that wasn't the right song here. We'll start one more time. I know this song, but I'm just not confident that I'm gonna remember it. I wrote it back in 1992. I mean, what is this, like the 30th anniversary of this song? I'm gonna make a friend tonight. Okay, I'm gonna let myself be denied. That's all right. When a guy moves to New York City, he finds out that there's no welcome committee. So he tries to be especially friendly, but the truth is friends just don't come easy. He's fresh and ready to go. Hello, hello. He's got the time for a Joe. Okay. When a guy moves to New York City, names and faces tend to turn kind of blurry. He says hello to every single person that he sees. Hello, woman on the street with your pretty hat and shoes. Are you someone I could meet for some dinner and some blues? Hello, man down in the subway station. Could I offer you some conversation? When a guy moves to New York City, people seem at first to be too busy, but the truth is they're as ready to find a friend as he. I'm gonna make a friend tonight. It's okay, I'm gonna let myself be denied. It's all right. Well, there's the people you meet because of the things you do, and the people you didn't meet because of the things you didn't do. Then there's the people you didn't meet because of the things you do, and the people you meet because of the things you didn't do. Well, I'm gonna do until I'm done. I'm gonna make a friend. I'm gonna prove that I'm the one who's gonna let you in. I'm gonna walk on Washington Square and blow my harmonica for everyone sitting there. I'm gonna stand at the top of the city and tell everybody I think that I'm ready. When a guy moves to New York City, sometimes things might turn kinda crazy. He might even get a little bit lonely, and he's probably spending too much money. Hello, brother with long hair. Hello. Oh, that's right. Na, na, na. There's a whistle part here. Hello, brother with long hair. Could I offer you my chair? Hello, preacher standing there. Would you offer me a prayer? Hello, woman in the jeans. Hey, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen. Hey, you're the most beautiful boy I've ever seen. When a guy moves to New York City, a little story of a young man wanting to go to the big city. Thanks everyone for listening. We're going to move on to our guest now, our special guest of the day. His name is Thor Platter, and I'm going to play just a little intro to some of his music. We can hear more about him in a second. Thanks for being here, everybody. Thor Platter.
He was my old man, he was my best friend, and I don't know when I'm gonna see him again, but that's all a part of this life. Oh, I remember that smell, Captain Black, Royal Blue. Oh, the roads he knew so well. Oh, and that old truck pull us through. Oh, I remember that smell. Oh, Captain Black, Royal Blue. Oh, Captain Black.
Oh yeah, Thor Platter, here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, he's running in from outside. Oh, here, Thor, I got to change something real quick. I got to turn you on. Hold on just a sec. Oh, come on. Where are we? Where's my there we are. Give me 1 second, Thor. Speakers muted. Ah. Where the heck is it? Skype settings, audio video settings. Ah! Hang on, everybody. We're almost there. I'm seeing a spinning ball right now. Come on, Skype. Okay, there. There. Oh, Thor, we're back.
All right.
I was panicking there for a minute. Thor Platter, everybody. Here we are. We're live.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, except for the last 30 seconds. But Thor, I hear you're a songwriter.
That's true. I've been accused of that. Yeah.
Nice. So before we hear some music, I have a question just out of the blue for you.
Sure.
For instance, what does it look like for you when you're in your best flow? Like, what are the circumstances? Is there a cup of coffee there? Is there a what are the details of when you're just like really feeling it?
There's a few different scenarios, but I think the most that I get from is in the morning when I can kind of, it's a double edge because I use my phone a lot, and even though my phone is always on Do Not Disturb, if I'm on it and there's text or emails coming in, I can see the notifications. But I do use an iPad a little bit so that I don't have any of those. And I'll just be in the morning kind of trying to find a quiet space and maybe work on something that might be going around in my head, or I might have some notes on. And that seems to be the best if I can find a morning, even like this, kind of just a nice morning where there's no crazy weather or maybe a little bit of rain or something like that. Because I find at night, I write a lot at night. I write a lot in the evenings, but I get spun out on it, and I can't. I just start. It doesn't really feel creative to me. Where I just feel a lot more open in the morning to kind of revisit that if I'm feeling it that day, and then sometimes I'll go a few weeks and won't even feel like writing anything.
Have you been writing recently? Do you have some recent songs?
Yeah. For the past, I would say all of like March, I was pretty blocked, and then kind of started writing stuff a little bit more in little snippets of things. It's nice being a guitar player too, because I can, if I spend the time playing guitar or trying to write, and it just turns into a guitar practice session, then it doesn't, then it's not like I failed at anything. I'm just getting better at guitar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that experience of going through phases. Like I'll go through a phase of kind of a dry spell. It's like I'm not getting anything, and then all of a sudden things happen a little bit, and then I go back to a dry spell.
Yeah.
And
I try not to when I'm creating. The past couple of years when I've been creating songs, they might I might write them in sections, and I try and I'll edit them as much as they need to be for like words, but I really try not to change anything and keep that original idea going. And then I do allow recently this next record that I'm coming out with, David Mayfield has been producing it, and so we've been working on it. He's got co-writes on it, and there's just been I've kind of allowed him to adjust things, and
Nice.
and they all have worked. And
That's
so
great.
I haven't had anything that I've been like, oh, I don't really want to do that. I know if I said that, he would just back off a bit, but I think it's meant to be like that. So
Yeah, I love collaboration. That is so nice that you have somebody else working on it with you. That is great. Congratulations on that. Hey, can we hear a song?
Yeah, what do you want to hear?
Well, I want to hear the one that you really want to play. I want to hear the one that you really feel like you enjoy playing the most. Because this is all new to us. I've never heard your music, so I want to hear the one that really you have the most fun playing.
Well, I have a single coming out. That's kind of why I'm on here, right?
Yeah. Do that one. That would be great. Right. A single. When's it coming out?
June 20th.
June 20th.
I released last year on the summer solstice, the same day. Last year I released a song, and so I figured I was going to release one every few months, and then I didn't. So this is the next in that release series.
Yes.
This one's called Bright Star.
Bright Star.
Well, I couldn't make it when you were strong. Couldn't say one last I love you. I could have been there, come along before your short time was through. And the reason you're gone is the reason our hearts will hold on. run back to the barn alone. The moon comes up, the lights go out. There's still one bright star shining down on you. We remember the good times we had, like summer laughter, trails, and muddy boots. The night you left us, the snow fell so fast, I can hardly remember feeling so blue. Is when the call came in. It's like I knew before it was true. When the sun is setting and it's getting cold, the horses run back to the barn alone. Yeah. The moon comes up, the lights go out. There's still one bright star shining down on you. It blows so cold, that February wind, like heaven knows which soul to call again. So if there's things left to talk about, I'll be sure to tell the way you loved. Your words were heavy, you lifted up, inspired the world just because. So I'll pull that feeling home when I tell you that we're not alone. When the sun is setting and it's getting cold, the horses all run back to the barn alone. The moon comes up, the lights go out. There's still one bright star shining down. When the sun is setting, it's getting cold. Horses run back to the barn alone. The moon comes up, the lights go out. There's still one bright star shining down. Yeah. There's still one bright star shining all around. There's still one bright star that's shining on down on you.
Thor Platter, everybody. Thor, that was nice. I like that song. I love the chorus. I was ready to start singing along. That was great. What is it?
I wrote that. What's that?
What's the chorus? The sun is shining. How's it start?
When the sun is setting and it's getting cold and the horses run back to the barn alone.
Would you sing it a cappella once so we could hear it?
When the sun is setting and it's getting cold, the horses run back to the barn alone.
Yeah, nice. I love that.
Yeah.
That's sweet. I also liked your guitar.
That in February, so that was pretty recent, and then just figured I would put it out quick.
Yeah.
You know, so I recorded it in early April and went for June. You know.
Dude, that's the way to do it. Put it out quick. I wrote a song at the beginning. I wrote a great song at the beginning of this whole COVID thing, which is kind of about entering this crazy time. And it's just sitting there. It hasn't gone out, and it's getting too, it's almost too late. I gotta move on that thing.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that I write, I try and, it's tough. Like that song you played at the beginning, Captain Black. I wrote that about my dad. My dad passed away 20 years ago, and when I first wrote that and would sing it live, I had a really tough time with it, and I'd flip words, and I was emotionally so connected to it. So I've tried to distance myself emotionally from these songs, and it's tough because even listening to that back, like on here, I just thought about it a little bit when I was writing it, because that's the most emotional point that you're at. So this song was pretty close to me and inspired by one of my friends that had passed away, and then also another person that's really close to me that had a friend pass away really suddenly. And then some of the imagery is from that too. So, Yeah, it's like but I had after I wrote it and sang it a bunch of times, I have to like disconnect myself so I can actually perform it to not to just show a proper amount of emotion, not just break down in the song.
Hey, we have just enough time for you to share maybe one more hook. Like don't play the whole song. Just give us a hook of one of your songs that you think was really either clever or really a moment where you were like, oh yeah, that's a good one. I know how it is. I start a verse and it's like, this is a song, but then either it's the bridge sometimes that comes in. It's like, oh yeah, that's what I needed, or the chorus. I don't know. Do whatever you want for about 1 minute.
Here's another new song then.
Okay, good.
That's more I'm inspired with.
That's great.
Yeah. I could do it's just short verse, short chorus. Here we go. Coming in from a western ride, she was young and free, and her eyes were bright. As she wandered across that field like a fairy tale, but her eyes were real. Open hearts with a strong desire to find ourselves alone tonight. When we spoke of love and loss, how it fades away when patience calls. Two hearts, the moon above, I kissed her there, her eyes were long. So something like that.
Yeah, two hearts, that's nice. Two hearts.
Like I had that riff in my head for a month. And
nice.
Finally, lyrics clicked into it. I just would keep playing that little exchange.
That's great. Two hearts and the moon above. That's beautiful. Hey, so what's the best way for any of these people that are watching to support you? What's one thing they can do to support Thor Platter and his creative endeavors?
I guess the releases on Spotify and listening to that and getting those numbers up that's important. As far as like following on Instagram and Facebook, and then coming to see live shows in the Cleveland area, and then when I start touring again, that's pretty supportive. Other than that, I mean, I've gotten over the past few months, I've done a bunch of Facebook lives. I did like 15, 16 of them, and I've gotten some really great messages from people, and that's inspired me. And then, just seeing people out and having them tell me how my music connects with them is probably the most rewarding thing of this whole process,
Well, Thor, I really look forward to meeting you in person sometime and even hearing you perform in person. We look forward to that day.
That'd be great, yeah.
And I'm going to say goodbye. And while I'm saying goodbye, I'm going to introduce my guest for Monday is this guy, Todd Burge. And I don't have his bio in front of me. He's an awesome guy. He's a great multi-instrumentalist and songwriter, and you can watch him right now. Thor, again, thank you so much. Have a great day. I'll see you in a second after the show. There we have it, Todd Burge. That was sweet. All right, everybody. Thank you. By the way, Carol, thanks for coming back. Tube, thanks for being here. Everyone, do whatever you can. Spread the word about this show. The more people that actually come see it live, the better. I love it when people come and hear the live show. What do I want to say? I think it's 11:29, so I've got 1 minute just to wrap it up. Episode 15, I'm quite pleased. In case you have forgotten, Thor Platter was here. And he played some music, and he's coming out with a release in Spotify. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, I'm actually coming out with a release on Spotify very soon, too. And it's coming. It's going to be Can Rock. It's my song on TikTok that has about 700,000 views right now. So my hope is that all those 700,000 viewers will come over and listen on Spotify. We're going to close with our final song, which we sing every week, and I invite you all to sing along. It goes, you've got a light inside you. Go on your way in peace. So shine that light, the light inside you. Go on your way in peace. The world is waiting in the hope of another day. She will carry you safely through the stumbles and the falls on your way. Just remember that I'm loving you and you're loving me. So as you go, won't you go on your way now in peace? Yes, as you go, won't you go on your way now in peace? Thank you. Have a good day, everybody. See you on Monday with Todd Burge. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.